halfway through Return of the Jedi, actually.
Oh, are you really? We just went live, but finish that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's awesome. Well,
Last few days I've been grinding out the Star Wars movies. So I'm halfway through
nice,
Return of the
nice,
Jedi.
nice. Yeah, I think well, I don't want to go too much into it now because we just went live, but there's still for me a lot of the prequels that I have a problem with. But that being said, just real quick, I also think they're aged well. Like there's a lot of good stuff in there too,
Yeah.
especially Revenge of the Sith. But yeah, all right. Now I want to really talk about that, but let's get into the Eagles. All right, man. So I have a few things that I want to talk about, like for what it means for the playoffs, based on the Commanders game. That is for me. I'm going to put a positive spin on it, but I'm going to let you start off because we haven't talked about this game at all. Because obviously you're a busy man right now.
Okay. I'm not confident in this team as a playoff team. We're what are we, week 14 going into 15 now? Week 15 going into 16?
No, we're 10-5, so week 17, I guess, because we had a bye.
Oh yeah, going into 17
2
and 18.
games left.
Yeah, that's right. So we are deep into the season, and
we're deep in the shit, man.
I'm not sure if earlier in the season, I'm not sure if we can rely on those early wins against the Rams, against the Bucks, against the Chiefs.
Oh no!
As a way of instilling confidence going forward, like we did earlier in the season. I think we're at the point where now it's beating up on the Raiders and beating up on the Commanders. And I wouldn't even say beating up on the Commanders. We beat up on the Raiders, but the Commanders game, I'm even watching the game, and I'm not overly sold with what I saw against the Commanders either. Like I wasn't feeling, oh, we're back in business. The offense is rolling. Saquon's not looking too bad. I will say that. I mean, I don't know if maybe he got an injection or something and he's got some new life or whatever the case may be. He actually isn't looking too bad. But again, these are two teams. So I kind of do want to see what we do against the Buffalo Bills. Their defense isn't too stout. I kind of have faith against our defense against Josh Allen, but I don't feel confident that if we go up against Los Angeles Rams that we're going to win that game. I feel confident if we go up against the Seahawks, but again, I don't take the Seahawks seriously. I just don't take them too seriously. Against the Panthers, I don't take the Panthers serious, but for some reason, I don't have an overwhelming amount of confidence going up against the Carolina Panthers either, and that's a scary feeling as well. Not being confident against the Panthers, right? Like not being confident against the Rams is one thing, but against the Panthers,
well,
I need to see something. I feel I just haven't seen. I just haven't seen that. That's the team I think is going to make moves in the postseason.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to that point with the Panthers is one thing that's interesting with this season, which I think is not an indictment of the Eagles, is there is we could lose to anybody, honestly, in the playoffs, but there's not a single team going into the playoffs that I fear either. You know what I mean? There is not that team this year, which is good, but it's also, like you said, it can be kind of scary because then you even look at a team like the Panthers and be like, you know what? If we don't play good football, we could be in trouble. To your point on a few of those things. First, the Raiders. But here's what's really interesting about that, and I think this is important. One, believe it or not, they are still an NFL team, right? But here, this is important to put.
Well, it depends who beats them. It depends who beats them.
Yeah, well, that's exactly my point, right? Because, and I did a video on this, and I talked about a clip from Get Up and Mike Greenberg where when the Cowboys beat them 33-16, they talked about how dominant the Cowboys defense looked and how the Cowboys looked like a Super Bowl team. And then when the Eagles really beat them 31-0, it was, it's the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
When it was the Cowboys, it was all that, hey, the Raiders aren't that good, but they're an NFL team.
Yeah.
And, so to that point, I just want to rattle something off for you just to give you an idea. And this is where it gets, where we can even be affected with the nonsense in the media, okay? Because You didn't hear anything about, oh, it's the Raiders for some of these games. Broncos beat them by a touchdown. Broncos beat them by a field goal. Jaguars beat them 30-29. These are the Raiders, obviously. Bears 25-24. The Raiders beat the Patriots 20-13. The Texans just beat the Raiders 23-21. Every single game I just mentioned, there are a few 1-point games in there. There's a 2-point game in there. There's a game where the Raiders beat the Patriots. There's not a single game in there against all playoff teams where the Raiders lost by more than a touchdown, but we beat them 31-0. So, I think it's important to keep that in mind about like the way the media acts and the bias that they have. We destroyed a team that a lot of playoff teams were lucky to beat. Right? I mean, now again, I'm not saying that makes the Eagles amazing because, yeah, it's the Raiders and we expected them to win like that. But here's the difference. We did win like that. All those other teams should have as well, right?
That's true.
And, Commanders, I get what you're saying, but division rival. And here's the other thing. Don't forget that the first 3 drives, we started slow, obviously, okay? But we wore them down, which that's a sign of the Eagles being the Eagles again, wear teams down and blow them out in the second half, right? I mean, you mentioned Barkley. He had, I think, 92 of his 132 in the second half, right? Most of our points came, 22 of our points came in the second half. But also this, okay, the first drive I think was 3 and out. But then the next drive was double-digit plays, touchdown. Double-digit plays for the next one, missed field goal. Double-digit play drive for the next one as well, missed field goal. Okay, so
yeah, that's also something that's got to give you a little bit of
exactly.
We were pause,
but we were actually driving down the field and controlling the ball with long drives. But Jake Elliott's been a disaster, and that here are my concerns. And looking at the games and understanding it's the Commanders, though, is I still worry about the play calling, right? Because obviously Kevin Matula maybe he's improving, but it's obviously going to be a concern going forward. It just is because of how bad that it has been.
Well, see, I would say he's not even improving. I would say now we're just in week 3.
I'm being generous. Yeah. Just because of some of the – I think it's more A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts and even Dallas Goedert and Devontae Smith and even on the checkdowns, I think the players have gotten more comfortable in how to handle zones, right? More so, like you said, more so than the play calling changing.
Yeah.
Right. Like I think they're figuring that out and getting on the same page and of where to go and finding those areas. Because if you look, like one thing I saw from AJ Brown that I hadn't seen all season that I think is important, and this is why we kind of even talked about, hey, has he lost something? Is there an injury? Is he wasn't catching, sit downs or hooks or slants and doing anything with the ball after that. But he did this. You know what? He did this game.
Yeah, he was getting some yak.
Like, he was catching the ball. Even when he was facing Jalen, he was catching the ball, getting turned, and accelerating past the defender, right? Like those are things that weren't happening previously. The run game was dominant. And here's the thing, because the other thing, the 3 things I'm concerned with, the play calling, Jake Elliott, and the offensive line. Because what was really interesting with the run game that was dominant is, and this is a good sign, like you mentioned Saquon Barkley, is so much of those big runs were the running backs themselves.
Making
you know plays. What I mean? Yeah, like what's one of the things we talked about with Barkley all season long? Not
make a miss
past that first guy. Yeah, but what did he do on one of his? I think it might have been his first, the one big run in the second half. Terrible blocking, right? He gets the handoff, and there's literally a lineman right in front of him, and he spin move, and he's gone. We hadn't seen that this year, right?
Yeah.
So that's a positive. Jalen Hurts getting rid of the football, being accurate with the foot, dude. And again, just like a previous week with that perfect pass to Dallas Goedert, he threw a perfect pass to Devontae Smith, who drops a touchdown. And I'm not going to get on Devontae. He's great. It happens. But I'm just saying that was a great pass into tight coverage. Touchdown should have been. He did have a beautiful throw on the run to Dallas Goedert, right? He had he fit a ball so in such a tight window to AJ Brown that it's phenomenal catch by Brown because the defender actually
Over,
got his hand on it
over the
like
middle.
right as
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
as AJ
Yeah.
was catching it. I mean, I think there was, and it's silly to even point out, but this is what media does with Jalen is, he missed AJ who was wide open on one, and it was weird. I don't know if you caught that. Did you see the one replay they showed from behind the line of scrimmage?
Mm.
It actually looked like halfway there. The ball it was almost like it got caught in an updraft, and the ball kind of just
Mm.
like lifted up, almost like
Okay.
maybe the wind affected it.
Mm.
Which again, you could say, well, AJ was so wide open, Jalen could have thrown more of a line drive. He kind of lofted it, and it got caught up. But I just think there were, we could lose to anybody, man. But I think there were a lot of positives too. And the flip side, of course, is the defense. The defense, other than that Bears game, which I think was an aberration, the defense just keeps getting better and better.
Yeah.
And as if we have that defense, my Lord, Jordan Davis, if we have that defense, I think we can be in a game with anybody. And look, man, as ugly as it can be sometimes, as frustrated as we get, if the Eagles are in a game at the end, I mean,
Now that's the
they seem to find a way.
Yeah, but now that's the thing when it comes to playoff time. Jake Elliott misses a field goal like that, it's over. Like that, like we can't have him missing field goals in the
True.
playoffs. You know, that's definitely can't happen. What I will say when it comes to the offense, the last few games, I mean, now we're in week 3 after Sirianni said he's going to be a little bit more involved. We had the first week against the Chargers, and we talked about it a little bit more crossing routes that we saw. We have last week against the Oakland Raiders, which they made a statement saying that either this game they made a statement about last game, or last game they made a statement about the game previous, about that they ran more certain types of routes in that one game than they have all season. So I do want to see what we do up against the Buffalo Bills. I mean, I just want to see what we do up against actual like playoff competition. I get that, you know, the Raiders are an NFL team and the Commanders are a division rival. You can never take your rival lightly, especially in the NFC East. But it always looks different when we get up against like a real stout team. I mean, the Chargers game, I mean, as bad as Jalen played, I mean, we definitely were in position to win that Chargers game. But yeah, I mean, you can't say anything bad about his defense. Cooper DeJean's a beast, man. I don't know if there's a better. I'm not going to use the word corner. I'm not going to use the word safety. I don't know if there's a better ball hawk in the league than Cooper. Dude finds the football, man. Like
he does.
He has a nose for the football. You got to say Ed Reed, man. You got to start throwing out the Ed Reed and the Troy Polamalu's when you're talking about Cooper DeJean and how he finds football. Chris Bruce, how we doing? Metal up your ass, how you doing? Appreciate you guys for coming by here.
This is interesting too. I will say this: neither one of us even brought it up. But AJ in the slot, I like that. It makes it more. And to your point, I don't have it handy, Ben, but I did actually see one of those graphics of AJ Brown's route tree from this past week.
Yeah,
it looks
night and day.
Different.
Night and day.
Night and day.
Yeah.
And when you lines up in the slot, and it's like I remember earlier in the season where Shannon Sharp, and I forget who he was talking to. I think Ocho Cinco. Oh, that makes sense, obviously. And he's talking about, it's like, if AJ Brown lines up on the left, it's a go route.
Yeah.
And lining him up in the slot disguises more of that. It makes it more of a place where you can slant, but of course he can also go outside. You know what I mean? It gives him a lot more options. And he's a big physical receiver.
Yeah, even the pass that you were talking about that went through the defender's hands into AJ Brown. I mean, he came up, ran it to the outside like he was going out, cuts it back inside. I mean, again, that's what I'm saying. I don't even want to give Patullo credit because I think this is just more Sirianni getting more involved in what he said he's getting involved in. So we'll see. We'll see.
Another good example too, and it goes back actually to the Raiders game, right? But the long touchdown to AJ Brown again. Everyone, Jalen Hurts there were 3 defenders around AJ Brown. He put it right on his hands. That was a route we hadn't seen this year. Like if AJ Brown's usually running,
I mean, where is that?
He's usually running to the corner. It's a go route down the sideline, or it's an out route to the corner. He never runs that post. So that's obviously freeing things up, which makes it easier for everyone else. I think Dallas Goddard has been involved a lot more.
Yeah.
I mean that when that touchdown to Dallas Goddard, where Jalen Hurts stepped up in the pocket and threw on the run, that was a phenomenal throw.
Mm.
That was a phenomenal throw, great pocket awareness. So, I mean, look, here's the thing. I guess bottom line at the end of the day is I can see this team going to the Super Bowl, and I can see us going home the first week, the
Mm.
first round. You know, what I mean, it's kind of flip a coin, man. It's kind of one of those. Absolutely, Chris. Yeah, that's what we're just saying.
Yeah, I think it matters who they see in the playoffs. I just don't see them beating the Rams. I
I
just
do.
don't see it, man.
I do because I don't.
I
I
just
don't
don't see
think.
it.
I mean, look. Obviously, it's not everything. You got to have the talent. You got to perform, but mentality absolutely does matter. And I just don't think the Eagles players think they can lose to the Rams.
Yeah, they
And
might not. They might
you
not
know,
think that.
and here's the
But
thing.
that could also be the Achilles heel.
Yeah, but you know what's wild is what are the Rams now? 11-4,
I thought they
10
were
and
10
5,
and 5. I
eleven
was
and
just
4, right?
11-4. Yep, 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 yep.
Yeah, yeah. So I think all four of their losses, okay, uh, they had a 80+% win probability at some point in the second half of those games
Mm.
and lost them all.
Mm.
That gets in your head too.
Yeah.
That's a team that says finishing isn't exactly our strong suit. We're
Mm.
great front runners. Well, no, we're not. Right? Like that's what does that say about your quarterback though? It's because a huge deal was made about the Eagles blowing a 21-0 lead to the Cowboys, and I get it 100%. And that's partially on the quarterback. Get that as well. I think that's also in the Eagles' case a lot of coaching because we already know Nick is the most conservative coach in the world to begin with.
Mm.
He dials it down. But my point is, that's basically what the Rams have done 4 different times this season. No one talks about that. So
Yeah.
yeah, Matt Stafford's putting up huge numbers, but he's also disappearing at important times.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see. I just think the way that the Rams wide receivers match up against our secondary,
Yeah.
I think that's
The other thing, and as crazy as it sounds, in the NFL, when you get teams with
Chris Bruce. I think that's a move. Sorry, CDS. I think that's
no,
a
go
move
ahead.
saying we're not fucking around over here. Chris Bruce move. I think that's a move that says we have championship expectations, and that's our only expectations.
That's
If
that's the kind of move that
if we got rid of Kevin Patullo, would you say that,
yeah,
that's a
yeah,
scared move? No, you say that this is a team that has championship expectations. Like we're not fucking around
yeah,
over here, you know.
yeah.
So I don't look at it as a scared move. Sometimes you got to give somebody the axe to let everybody know. You know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
CDS. If
Yeah,
you don't get too comfortable around here,
Yeah, our goal
Yeah,
this
yeah.
season is the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
and if we don't think you can help us with
yeah,
that,
I think that's an aggressive move.
you're
Not scared.
gone.
I'd say
Yeah,
aggressive.
yeah. I'll give you a scared move, if I may, just because I really want to crap on the Commanders for their post game nonsense. Dan Campbell, Dan Campbell,
No,
Dan
Dan
Quinn.
Quinn. Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn.
I was like, wait a minute, Dan Campbell's not there. Dan Quinn not going for it on 4th and 6 from his own 44 with 6+ minutes to go in the fourth quarter, down 21-10. That's a scared move. And then to bitch at in the post game that trying to add one single solitary extra point to the score is disrespectful and running up the score. Dude, we got to get this guy some diapers, man.
Hmm.
Get him out of the NFL. That's absolutely crazy. I don't know if you caught that or not, if you saw that post game, but
Dan Quinn's comments.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. I don't think I've ever heard anything like that. That is like 100% participation trophy mentality. Going when you're up 27-10 and you go for 2 instead of 1 because now you're maximizing everything, right? Like
Mm.
you're already up 2 touchdowns and a field goal. Going for 2 means it's 2 touchdowns plus 2 extra points, and I mean two 2-point conversions and a field goal, and they could still only tie. It makes sense to go for 2. That's not running up the score, Dan. Being up 41-0 and from your own 30 in kneel down time and instead throwing a go route for a touchdown, that's running up the score.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, back to what
that's why you're 4-11, man. It's that mentality.
well, Jaden Daniels has been injured all year. That's why they're 4-11. Dude, I'm looking. They got Marcus Mariota playing, and then I look up again, and they got Josh Johnson playing.
Well, yeah, but we were already.
I'm like, holy smokes, man!
But go back and check it. Mariota's not.
Yeah, Chris Bruce. I agree, Chris Bruce. When your kicker can't hit the ocean, I'd go for 2. Yeah, dude.
That's the other thing too.
I told this to CDS weeks ago, dude. Before this even started, before Jake Elliott's spiral started, I was like, dude, Jake Elliott might be cooked, man. And then every game since, he just has moments where it's like, holy shit, dude.
Well, and to that point with the extra point, when we were talking about that, what did I say to you? Now, this year he's struggled from distance as well, but throughout his career, what I said, I trust Jake Elliott more from 50 yards than I do on extra points. Like, it just seemed like for whatever reason, he seemed more likely to miss an extra point than a 50-yarder. So,
yeah. We'll have to see what happens in the playoffs with him, man. Because if he misses in the playoffs, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, you know what? Kicking's a funny thing, man.
Like, I'm fine with it in the regular season, but in the playoffs, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, kicking is a funny thing, and this is why you see some kickers that have long careers that are really good play for a bunch of different teams, because they just have those funks, and a lot of teams will not ride through a kicker's funk no matter how good the kicker has been. They cut him, ends up signing elsewhere, gets his mojo back, so to speak. And it is a very, very specific type of mentality, and no matter how good you are or how good your approach is, you are going to have slumps and you are going to have funks, and then it's going to be your mentality as to whether you can get through it or not. Because like Jake Elliott,
DK Metcalf got suspended 2 games. Metcalf suspended 2 games.
Okay. Jake Elliott, physically, talent-wise, he did not all of a sudden become a bad kicker, right? So the thing is his approach, and in his head, how is he going to handle it?
Yeah, I don't remember Dave Akers having funks. I don't.
He did. If you go back,
Janikowski, I don't remember him having funks. Justin Tucker, I don't remember him having funks.
Even Justin Tucker had funks. I was just actually going to say that. In fact,
I don't
Justin
remember.
Tucker's sitting at home, Ben. If you want.
Yeah, because they moved off of him. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. They moved off of him.
Yeah. But I'm
saying,
not
like Jake Elliott's like physically imposing. You don't like look at him. Yeah, crash out DK. Yeah, dude. Like, I mean, we'll see. Again, I'm reserving to the playoffs, man. Like, if you're missing in the playoffs,
I get it.
I don't know if I could keep you, dude. Like, if you're missing in the playoffs, I don't know if I can keep you. If it's 24-22 or 23-21, and we're driving down against the Rams, man, and you fucking miss with 27 seconds left to go, Jake, I might have to send you a to-go bag. I might have to send you a gift bag.
When you've got a kicker that has been so good for so long, it can be tough to want to get rid of him, because that can bite you in the backside. Because like I'm saying, he's not all of a sudden this is not a player playing another position who gets to be 40 years old and they just don't have it anymore.
Yeah.
Right. This is a funk. This is a slump. This is Kyle Schwarber going 2 for 37 in the middle of a otherwise great season. I mean, you've seen it with Aaron Judge.
But baseball is a whole different ball game, man. Baseball's a whole different ball game.
The hitting and the mentality is very, very similar to kicking. And I can tell you that I didn't kick field goals on a team competitively, although I did kick.
Yeah, man, I'm not going to go as far as saying
I took
Jake Elliott's slump is equivalent to Aaron Judge not hitting the baseball.
I took penalty kicks for soccer, and it's the same thing, man. There's such a small margin for error
Yeah.
and it can get in your head. But that's not what it gets in your head too.
Yeah, he did, I believe, too, Chris.
I'm not saying that a 50-yard field goal is as difficult in terms of your hand-eye or foot-eye coordination as hitting 100-mile fastball. I'm saying,
I mean, the last 2 years he's been sub 80%.
yeah. But
First year, 83%, 83%, 84%. He had the funk in 2020, 73%. Bounce back 90%, 87%, 93%. Last year, 77. This year, he's at 70.8.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. But look at all those years, 83% plus.
Sheesh. No, that's why I brought up the back-to-back years. That's why I brought it up. Yeah,
I'm not sure, Chris, how much.
I thought it was at the end of last season, actually. I thought the end of last season, they gave him 2 more years. So we got this year and next year, if I believe correctly, Chris. But looking at the playoff picture, we have, if playoff ends today, we get the 49ers. I feel fine about the 49ers.
Well,
I'm not worried about that at all.
Before you go further with that, I want to go back to the Bills thing. Is I wonder, getting the 2 seed would take a lot of help and so forth, right? To go from 3 to 2. And in terms of
keep the 3 seed, I don't want to see the Packers. keep the 3 seed.
Well, but that's what I'm saying, though.
Tank if you have to.
Is we have no idea. There are a bunch of teams very close together that we have no idea. We're going to get someone from the same group of teams, whether we get 2 or 3, and we don't know which it's going to be. So what I was going to say is there may be guys that rest against the Bills, Ben, is what I'm saying.
Are guys resting against the Bills?
Yeah, because we've got the division locked up. We're not going to get the bye. The difference between 2 or 3 in terms of who we play, it's a toss-up. I mean, we could get the Rams or 49ers either way. We could get the Packers either way, and we don't know. So I don't know that it's at least in terms of the first round.
Dude, if we rest against the Bills, I'm gonna have.
I'm not saying a lot or this or that, but I'm just saying there's a possibility of some resting. Here, I'll give you this for example. For me, now I think they would have to play against the Commanders just because of conditioning and game speed are very different than rehabbing, but. I personally don't think I would play Lane Johnson or Jalen Carter against the Bills, even though apparently they're both going to be cleared to play. The injuries they've had, you want them for the playoffs. Do you really want to, why not give them an extra week?
Yeah. I'm staying far away from the Rams. I want nothing to do with them.
But but that's what I'm saying. We could get the Rams.
No, but I'm saying if things stay where they are right now, we don't see them until the championship game. I'm looking at it right now. We wouldn't see them until the championship game. Wait. They're fifth. They're fifth right now.
Right.
So we would see the 49ers. The Rams would play the Panthers, and then we'd play the Bears, and then they'd play the Seahawks. The winner of the Rams Panthers would play the Seahawks.
Well, wait, but in football, it readjusts, doesn't it? So we don't know for sure that it wouldn't be. You know what I'm saying?
If it does readjust, then we have the worst record, and then we would be the bottom seed going up against the Seahawks, and then the Rams would jump us and play the. The Rams would jump us and play the 2 seed.
I mean, in the second round, if there's an upset.
That's what I'm saying. If we all win, let's just say the best teams win. Let's just say the better teams win out.
All right, make it easy. Yeah.
If the Rams take care of the Panthers, right? If that's the one upset, the Rams being the Panthers, of all the remaining teams left, we'd have the worst regular season record of all of them. So the Rams would play the Bears at 2, and then we would be the ones going up against the Seahawks if it gets readjusted.
But I don't think it would be readjusted by record. It would be readjusted by seed. See, because we're winning a division, we get right. That's why we're going to have a higher seed than the Rams.
So then, what I said previously would be the first thing. We would stay at 3, and then we'd go against the Bears, and the Rams would play. Regardless, it looks like we're gonna. If it stays
the same.
Yeah. Regardless, it looks like we're gonna be.
But that's what I'm saying.
Going up against the Rams.
It's so
Rams
close
in the championship game.
It's so close with all the records with 2 games to go that. I mean, we could get that could happen with Seattle or the Rams or San Francisco, right? They're all within a game of each other, aren't they? With 2 to go.
Yeah.
All right. And then now it looks a lot more likely now that with that win that the Bears are going to win the division.
Yeah. Strangely enough, I'm more concerned about the Packers than I am against the Bears. Strangely enough.
Even without Micah?
Yeah.
Then the Bears. I was thinking, and then
the Bears.
Else.
Yeah.
Bears.
I'd feel more comfortable beating the Bears than I would beating
the Packers. The Bears remind me a lot of last year's Redskins. I'm sorry, Commanders. Right? Like if you look at their wins, they're not. I mean, they're getting it done, right? They are winning. But it's kind of one of those where you look at the record, seems kind of like a mirage because they've had a lot of these miracle finish type games where they're coming from behind in the final 2 minutes. They've had that type of season where I guess you could look at it, if you want to be positive, you look at it as they're blessed. They're the team, right? They've got that whatever this year. But the others, kind of like you saying, yeah, you're more scared of the Packers because the Packers seem like a more legit, formidable team. Where the Bears seem like they're doing it with a little bit of smoke and mirrors and good luck.
It's also partially. I don't disagree with that. I just said it's also partially a quarterback thing. I think I just a little bit more towards the Matt LaFleur and Jordan Love than Caleb Williams.
Speaking of that, maybe you know this, or like Chris, if you know in the comments. I didn't see anything in terms of follow up with Jordan Love. Is it a minor thing?
I haven't seen anything, so I'm assuming it's not that big of a deal.
Okay, well that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, then maybe it's not.
That's right. Deal. He did Zesty Caleb Williams. Yeah, Chris Bruce. They're calling him Galeb, not Caleb. Caleb Williams. That's what they're calling him, Chris Bruce.
I find it tough to fear a quarterback who paints his nails.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm old school that way.
No, you can't, dude. That's how I felt watching the Alabama-Oklahoma game. Why would I trust a field goal kicker that wears short shorts? I mean, why would I do that?
Oh, right.
You know what I mean? Dude, you can't expect a guy wearing short shorts to come in and make some important field goals. You guys are fucking crazy.
He had priorities, man. He was trying to attract one of the cheerleaders.
Yeah.
You gotta do your thing. But yeah, it's I don't know, man. It's wide open in the NFC. Like even in terms of with 2 games to go,
I think this whole entire season's wide open.
It is,
especially with no Chiefs in here. Like with no Chiefs, it is wide open without the Kansas City Chiefs in here. You got,
but not only no Chiefs, no Ravens.
Well,
no Bengals.
Indeed, no. Well, dude.
No, I know because I know this, but I'm just saying going.
No, I know, but we're gonna have to start having a conversation about Joe Burrow, dude. Like I am one season away from having the Joe Burrow conversation. I'm one season away.
Well, the biggest question for me for Joe is, can Joe stay healthy?
Stay healthy, yeah. No,
like, that's the thing.
That's the question. But dude, well, I'm one season away. I'm one season away, man. But,
it's wild. It's wild with all the talk about Jalen Hurts in the media that we're not hearing a whole lot about the season Lamar Jackson's having.
When it comes to Lamar Jackson, now this is the thing with the Ravens and Lamar Jackson, CDS, because I've told you this numerous times, dude. You can't win with a running quarterback. Like he can't throw the ball. You know what I'm saying? He just can't throw the ball.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. He can't throw the ball. He can't read a defense. He can't do anything, man. He quit 2 games already this year. He quit.
He's Cam Newton.
He quit, bro. Your team's pushing for a playoffs. You get your ass into the locker room. You tell the doctor to find the biggest fucking shot he can find. You tell him to stick it in your fucking ass, and you get back out there and you try to win a fucking game. That's what football players do, CDS. Seriously. They say, give me a shot, and I'm going to finish this game.
He's Cam Newton.
But Lamar Jackson says, oh, dude, give me a heating pad. My back's tightened up. Dude, you might as well start painting your nails too, Lamar.
That too.
You might as well start painting your nails too. You know, with how much you love jewelry, you might be painting your nails in secrecy.
I think I've always thought he's overrated. But see, unfortunately, there's a thing around Lamar Jackson that we can't be truthful about him as a quarterback.
No, I'd take Caleb over next to Island.
But That's and here we'll get on another. I don't want to get too far off the Eagle stuff because I still want to talk about some of the playoffs thing. But we'll get on another quarterback now. Obviously, much earlier in his career, and for me, I don't really care. What annoys me more is the discussion around him that can't be truthful. But and it
Sherbert,
could change. No. It could change completely. But yeah, Sanders.
sweet like Sherbert, man. Justin, sweet like Sherbert. That's what they got to start.
Sanders reminds me to me, and I thought this watching the game is he's a type of quarterback right now. Now again, rookie
Yeah.
just started, right? He could develop into a heck of a quarterback. But what I'm seeing from him right now is, and again, it was like Mike Vick when he was here. Lots of fun to watch. Not going to win you a Super Bowl because
Mm.
his biggest asset, and that's what I see from Sanders, is what he can pull out of his backside on broken plays.
Yeah.
Because, like you're saying with Lamar Jackson, he's more of a phenomenal athlete, great running quarterback, but he's not going to take 3-step drop, plant, hit his read, hit the right receiver, be accurate consistently, and move you down the field. And I'm wondering if that's the type of player, because everyone thinks, oh, like some of his scrambles yesterday, or when they get out of the pocket and then make a throw, and people get all excited. I'm like, yeah, but you can't win consistently depending on big plays that come from broken plays.
Yeah. Um.
You know what I mean? Like that.
No, I hear you. I hear you.
It's great to be able to run. Like I love having a quarterback that can move when he needs to, which I
Yeah.
think is where Jalen's getting himself. He doesn't want to just run.
Yeah. Although he's been running a lot more these last couple of games, man. Like
Yeah.
he's been running a lot
But,
more.
I think he's been selective in
Dude, but
that.
I gotta, dude. See, that we brought it up.
Yeah.
I don't know if they see something in practice, but he does look a little slower. Like he looks a little slower when he's running, man.
Yeah, I understand. I do understand.
Or you're jogging, man. But you don't
Yeah,
look like as fast as I
I do
last
understand
saw you
what you're
looking.
saying, but I think, and this is just a guess, but in terms of how he plays, how I heard him talk and everything, he seems like when he gets out of the pocket and he's going to run, he's processed everything and he knows the effort that he needs to use to get where he wants to get without taking punishment. Especially when he gets out to the right and he knows where that first down line is and that sideline. You ever notice for the most part he if he's got an opportunity, he gets just where he needs to get and steps outside. And so I'm wondering if it's more that he's like he doesn't want to take the punishment of a running back.
He's nursing those legs ever since 23. Yeah, he does look a little slower.
So, I don't know. I mean, I don't know of any leg injuries or anything that he's gotten that would, and he's not old. I mean, like he's not even peak yet in terms
Well,
of.
didn't he have a quad thing?
Did he?
Did he have a quad thing or something? Did he have a quad?
I don't remember that.
No, I don't know. The runs just don't look as wow to me. They like I'm looking. I'm like maybe this is why they're not running him as often. He just doesn't look as nimble
Well,
as
here's
he
the thing.
as he used to.
Personally, I like.
Dude, I think it's these fucking tush pushes. Just since I'm here, dude, this guy takes a beating with these tush pushes, man. Like there's no way he's healthy. There's no way he's actually. And I know it's football. No one's ever going to be 100% healthy, but he just takes a beating more than anybody else. And yes, he's a big, thick guy, but he's also like what 6'1", 6'2". He's not a 6'5", fucking 250 like Josh Allen taking these beatings. Dude's 6'1", 220 taking a beating. He's built like he's a fucking ox.
By the way, to that, I think that's also an example of Kevin Patullo's lack of ability as a offensive coordinator is the tush push. By the way, did you notice since it's not been very good for the Eagles, we haven't heard a peep about how it has to be banned. But
Eagles got to ban it for themselves. They got it.
It hasn't evolved, right?
Yeah,
defenses are adjusting, and Kevin Patullo has done nothing to adjust back. Right? That's what the NFL is. Defenses adjust, offenses adjust to them, and so on and so forth. And we haven't seen that with Patullo and the tush push. I would rather they just do a regular quarterback sneak that you don't even necessarily know is coming,
Yeah, it's like, dude, what happened to just turning around and handing it to the fullback? What happened
There
to
are no fullbacks.
what happened to the old classic fullback? You just
There are
turn
no
around and you
fullbacks.
put it in their
But
fucking chest.
here's the thing. I want to go back to the running because for me, like I like that having a mobile quarterback so that he can get out of situations and run and pick up a first down if needed here and there, like Jalen has been doing more of lately. But I don't need now. It's nice to have it as a threat and maybe do it once in a while where it's is he going to hand to the running back or is he going to keep it? But I do not like making the running back like your second. I mean, the quarterback like your second runner because
Yeah.
of the pounding. A good example, and here's what I mean about not liking Kevin Patullo. 2nd and 10, they run. It's a running play and it's designed for Jalen Hurts. I don't like the call. On top of that, we had the other problem that I'm talking about. He took a hit on that. They got no gain. He took a hit because Jordan Mailata completely whiffed on his blocking assignment.
Mm.
And your quarterback gets popped because you decided to run him. And then the 3rd and 10 play was a screen, a really poorly designed screen after that, which was a disaster. So that's the Kevin Patullo thing. But I'm just saying, you're one play like that away from putting your quarterback out for the season.
Yeah. I mean, even
And
the
so you got
Ravens
nothing else.
fucking put in
To your point, why not turn around and give that ball to the running back? Like,
yeah, I mean, it's like, guys, like we have to be taking time off this guy's career, man. Like at the end of the
yeah,
day, you have
yeah,
to say you're taking guys,
of
you're
course
taking
you are.
time off this guy's career.
Because think about it. It's obviously much less, but we're talking about quarterbacks. It goes back to kind of like we've said a lot about running backs, right? Where they hit that wall. The guys who get a lot of carries, they hit that wall at 28, 29 because it catches up with them. Well, it's going to happen with your quarterback too. It's
Yeah.
not going to be as dramatic, maybe, but it's going to have a toll on what he can do.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I agree with you, Alan Olger too. You got to get Tank Bigsby more involved. I mean, he had 4 carries yesterday. It is what the fuck it is, man. I'm not happy about this guy getting 4 carries.
Yeah, he should
I
have
don't,
10.
yeah, I don't like him getting 4 carries at all. Against the Raiders, dude had 17 attempts against the Raiders. He goes back to 4 carries. I mean, it actually pisses me off when I sit here and think about
I'm
it to
with you. Well,
myself.
and again, that goes back to Kevin Patullo, right?
Mhm.
Goes back to the play
It
calling.
absolutely
Well,
pisses me off.
obviously, there's going to be a range depending on the game and the situation, whether you're losing and all that. But as a starting number that can be adjusted, I would like to see Saquon Barkley get 15 to 18, maybe, and Tank Bigsby get 10 to 12,
Yep.
and then that can go up or down depending on how the game is going. But
Yeah,
yeah, there's no reason Tank can't get double-digit carries.
dude still only has 1 catch at the backfield.
Yeah, and by the way, this is I think we can all agree, and I think we all thought this when it happened because he didn't go get a lot elsewhere. One of Howie's L's was not re-signing the Pittsburgh Steelers' leading receiver, as crazy as that sounds,
Gainwell.
Gainwell.
Yeah.
Speaking of catches out of the backfield, yeah,
Yeah, Alan Ultra. I mean, it's nutty because I know they don't want him outperforming Saquon. That's nasty business, man. That's
I
nasty
said,
work.
well, we talked about that, Ben. Yeah, Island agreed. We talked about that. We're like, after he had those first couple of carries when he finally played,
Yeah,
and then he didn't carry it the next day. We're like, yeah, you know what? They don't want him out. They don't, because obviously, up until really a couple of weeks ago, Saquon had been one of the worst running backs in the league this year.
yeah. He finally
I mean,
looks
that's
like
just
he
a
got
fact.
some type of life, some type of injection.
Well, I was thinking, you know what it might have been. I heard he wanted to get in touch with LeBron James
Oh, they went
because
the same doctor.
LeBron's got a guy
Oh,
that he disappears to, and he just disappears for a week during the
I
season,
know,
and then
I
he
know,
comes back to dominate.
I know.
That's a joke, everyone. Okay, Saquon, don't sue me.
Yeah, no. Tank's good, man. Tank's good, and this other guy, what's his name? Covey, our returner now.
Oh, Covey,
Covey, yeah. Where the fuck has he been all fucking year, man? Like, holy
dude,
shit.
he was our returner last year, and he was damn
Yeah.
good. That's what I said. I don't know why he was on the practice
I'm
squad.
not sure what's going on here. I'm not sure what's going on here. And now CDS, here we go. Now I'll say this, and I will say
You're gonna
this.
drop a bomb?
I will say this. No, I'm not gonna drop a bomb on CDS, but I'm an honorable individual. CDS. I'll admit I'll gloat when I'm right. and I'll admit when I'm wrong. Can you guess what I'm talking about? Where I was wrong?
Are we still on the same subject? Can you narrow it down a little bit?
We're on the Eagles. We're on the Eagles. We're on the Eagles.
Okay.
We're on the Eagles, and we talked acquisitions.
Oh! In terms of who we brought in,
Yeah.
dude, he's been so irrelevant. I can't even think of his name now. But you're going to talk about the cornerback?
No, dude. Brandon Graham, dude. I think I was wrong on Brandon Graham.
Oh, you were.
I was wrong on
Yes,
Brandon
you were,
Graham.
my man.
I said we wasted fucking time with this guy, and man, he looks pretty decent. he looks pretty damn decent, dude. So I'll give it to him. Yeah, I'll give it to him.
And you know what's
I'll give it
really
to him.
wild about that? You know what's really wild about that? If you've noticed, the dude isn't even playing his position.
Yeah, I
He's
got to give it to him.
Dude, he's the size of a linebacker, and he's playing defensive tackle for the first time in his career. By the way, defensive tackles, you could lead the NFL in sack as a defensive tackle if you get 5 or 6 in a season.
Yeah.
You don't get a lot of sacks.
Yeah, no, Alan Ultra. I was very anti Brandon Graham when we brought him in here, but I
got to
give him. I got to give this. I got to give him his credit. I got to give him his credit.
My man's dissing Brandon, who's
Yeah.
been like a joy.
Yeah. Now speaking about fucking Michael Carter, right? Michael Carter.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking of.
The fuck has this dude been, bro? Where the fuck has this guy been?
Dude, all I can think is he came in, he practiced, and Vic
What
was
a
like,
whiff.
No way.
Dude, fucking whiff. Yup, Michael Carter. Dude has done zero.
I will say this, man. Thank goodness for Jalen Phillips, because the other deadline trades for the cornerbacks were disasters.
Yeah, and now here we go. Now I'm going to take it a step further. Holy shit, man. I can't believe I'm even fucking saying this out loud. We talked about this, dude. Sometimes you got to let these young guys play through it, man. And Adoree Jackson has played through it, dude. Adoree Jackson's fucking played through it. What the fuck is going on here?
Holy shit. He gave up that one big bomb, although that was after we already had a big lead. But
I'm not screaming at him every play. Dude, I'm screaming at him every play. Like every play in the beginning of the season, I'm like screaming at him like, holy shit, he's awful.
He's adjusted, man.
Dude.
Sometimes
you gotta let these guys play through it, man. You gotta let them play through it.
And that's the difficulty when you're on a team or have a team, rooting for a team, whatever, where the current expectation is a title.
Yeah.
Right. When you're most likely going to like finish 6-11, 7-10, 8-9, and you know it, letting guys play through it doesn't bother you that much.
Yeah.
When you're thinking Super Bowl, even though you know, like you're saying rationally, sometimes you got to let guys play through it. You're like, no, we can't. We don't have no time for that, man.
Yeah.
We have a Super Bowl to win. There's no playing through it.
Yeah, man. I gotta give, and you know what? I gotta give Vic Fangio credit too, man. He's probably been working with him like at practice, fucking holding his hand, trying to help him get through. So
100%. Sorry, man.
Kudos to him, man.
Is like BG's teaching the youngins the thing, man. He's putting BTA on some of those.
Yeah, kudos to him. Yeah, Alan Ultra, you're right. If he can't find playing time over Kelly Ringo, then yeah, Michael Carter doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't see the field.
I have a question. Speaking of guys, like, because I can't explain it. As someone who actually trains athletes and like strength, explosiveness, agility, all that stuff. Now, young I'm not pros that like don't ever. I'm not patting myself on the back and get it twisted, but I cannot understand the explosiveness, the agility, the lateral movement of Jordan Davis. It's not normal, my man. It should not. It defies the law of physics. Yeah. I mean, that one play on what was it? Was it 4th and 1 or something, where he literally went lateral to his right on the snap, and got a guy to completely whiff and just split the two linemen and just trucked the running back. Like you shouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah.
Someone explained to me how he can move like that at his size.
Man, every now and then you find a guy like that, man. I mean, of course these aren't professionals, but dude, but you remember growing up playing basketball at the park, and then some guy like, dude,
Oh yeah, yeah.
there's no way this guy can fucking dribble by me. There's no way this guy could play ball,
Right.
and then
Yeah,
a
yeah,
fucking 250-pound fat ass
yeah,
is fucking quicker than
yeah,
everybody, faster than
yeah,
everybody, more explosive than everybody.
yeah,
Does this thing. I
yeah.
was like, yeah, but dude, I got to give it up to his running partner, man. Ojomo's a monster.
Oh yeah.
He's an absolute monster. Who did he replace that's currently on the Patriots?
I was gonna say Milton, but no.
Yeah, Milton. Yeah. Milton Williams. Yeah, Milton Williams. Yeah. He came in, replaced him, and he looks,
Yeah,
dude. Ojomo's the real deal. I mean, this defense is the real deal. This
it
defense is
is.
absolutely the real deal. So we'll see. We'll see what they do against the Bills. We'll see what they do
Yeah.
against the
Now,
Bills.
hopefully, I don't think it is. Hopefully, nothing serious with Dean, but it was. I felt good for Campbell getting on the field again because he was having a heck of a rookie year.
Yeah,
Now, look, the bottom line is, and this is thankfully still for the most part how it is in sports. Nakobe Dean came back from injury, and he made it. He put his foot down and said, "I'm playing. I'm playing like a Pro Bowler."
mm,
So it's like, how do you take him out, right?
yeah,
But I felt bad for Campbell because it's not like he was not playing well. So yeah, it'll be interesting. And if they're, I realize that Dean might be one of those guys that is not. But if Campbell and Dean are both back next year, and I would love for Vic to be able to find some schemes that allows us to play three linebackers and do some things because Campbell, Bond, and Dean, I like that.
yeah,
Right? And I think that there's a lot of flexibility there on what they can do. And let's face it, back in the day, before the rules changed and geared everything so much to the passing game, that was standard. You played
yeah.
three linebackers,
Yeah, well,
right?
with the
Like,
Eagles is bare.
yeah, a guy like Cooper DeJean was
Yeah,
coming in on obvious passing downs. He wasn't an every down player.
yeah. No, yeah, I have nothing negative to say about the defense. I think Odori Jackson is playing good, man. He's playing good enough as a CB2. I mean, he's playing as good as you'd want your CB2 to play, especially the
Yeah.
last
Oh yeah. I mean, that's the
5 weeks or
thing.
so.
Look, when you've got cover guys like DeJean and Mitchell, that's like all you need from your CB2 is to not be a guy that they say, yeah, we're just going to pick on him all day,
Mm,
right? And they're not, right? Like, I mean, it's not going to go well just picking on him all day. Like he's now early in the season, it probably was going to go well, but now they can't just say that we're going to limit our passing attack to going after Jackson all the time. It's just
yeah,
not gonna
yeah,
work out well. Plus, like you said, you also, even though he may be covering off and so forth, DeJean is such a ball hawk, and Blankenship is too to a lesser degree.
yeah,
But I mean,
yeah. But
man,
dude,
he had a
DeJean,
game. He had a game in there that really bothered me, Blankenship. But overall, he's been a solid safety.
yeah, dude, DeJean, yeah, man. You gotta compare him to Ed Reed, man. Like you gotta compare him to like the great ball hawks. Like even bring up his name with like in Eric Weddle is like, dude, Eric Weddle didn't do what Coop's doing, man. Like not many safeties in the history of like the last 25 years find the ball the way Coop finds the ball, and a lot of cornerbacks don't find the ball the way he does. That's why I got to compare him to like the
Yeah,
Palomalus and the Reeds and
and
these types of guys.
to that point too. And unfortunately, he got hurt because we talked about this a lot early in the season. And hopefully, he comes back healthy and gets a chance for next year. Because I felt that way initially with his flashes with Makuba,
Oh yeah,
right? Like
yeah,
I've almost kind of forgotten about him completely because the
yeah,
defense has been so good that I was like,
yeah,
oh wow, he's hurt.
yeah. It's the only guy.
You
Yeah,
know, but he was that way early too. It's like he gets on the field and gets an interception or recovers a fumble, and I mean, he's just around the ball.
yeah,
And there are just some players like that. They have that instinct, for lack of better word. They're in the right spot at the right
yeah.
time,
Got
but
nose for the
and
ball.
often enough that it's not just a fluke.
Yeah,
You know, it's it's impressive, and it's so big for a defense to have one of those guys with how important turnovers are in the sport like football and in the NFL. That's just
yeah, man. As far as like forcing turnovers, man, he's like the first guy since Asante that's really forcing turnovers like on a consistent basis. We haven't had somebody like that in fucking a decade plus at this point.
Yeah. I would say that's been, I think, unless I'm misremembering, maybe the one problem with the defense the last few years is not creating enough turnovers. Right? It's like Mitchell. When it comes to the man is as good as anybody, right, at cornerback right now. But no matter what he does, he just cannot catch a break with actually getting an interception.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
whereas
balance is out.
other guys might play not as well as him overall, but they have 5 or 6 picks. It's just. But that may come, man. I mean, again, it's only in his second year. Next year.
Yeah, I mean, but I mean,
he might get 9 picks.
You have your specialists. I mean, Revis didn't get tons of picks. Revis was a shutdown guy.
Yeah,
I mean, he occasionally get the pick, but he was a shutdown guy.
True.
Give me the shutdown guy.
Yeah, I hear you.
Give me the shutdown guy.
It's funny you say that because that's kind of like, and don't anyone get it twisted, because he is a Hall of Famer, but Deion Sanders, he was a shutdown guy, and then he was like, I'm going to be an interception guy. And so did he get a lot of interceptions? Yeah. Because of his return ability, did he get some for touchdowns, pick sixes? Yeah. But you know what? People also forget that later on too, he also started giving up a lot more big plays because he was being so aggressive with jumping routes to get interceptions, right? There's that balance. It's like we talk about with offense and Jalen Hurts not wanting to throw an interception, right? There's that risk-reward balance.
Yeah, one of the best balances was probably Champ Bailey. Champ Bailey was he probably had the balance, like one of the best cover plus interception without taking too many risks.
Sheldon Brown. If we're going to go Eagles, I'm trying to think if he got a lot.
I was a Troy Vincent guy over Sheldon Brown.
Yeah, well, yeah. See, I was more Sheldon Brown. Lito Shepherd was a fantastic.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Lito Shepherd too. Lito Shepherd too.
I have to say, let me know in the comments if you got other ones, but not just Eagles. It's close, man. Keith Byars. I think I told you about Keith Byars' block for Randall Cunningham, but Sheldon Brown's hit tackle against the New Orleans Saints. I think
Reggie Bush.
It was Reggie, right?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? That hit, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That was like everything about that was just perfect.
He's fucking getting thrown out of the game today. He's getting thrown out of the game today.
You're right. That's probably true.
A cold shower.
Yeah, that's probably true, sadly.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a big time hit. Yeah, it's wild. The Eagles have had some damn good secondaries, man.
Yeah, Charles Woodson. Yep. Woodson as well. And these are all man guys.
And Michael. Oh man, around the same time, might have been a little later. Who the safety? Michael. Oh my God, it's gonna drive me crazy, guys. What's his last name? Ben, you should know because
Michael.
The
Eagles. Michael Lewis.
Safety. Thank you. That's who I'm thinking of, right? Or no? Is that who I'm thinking of?
I mean, he wasn't elite to me, but he could be who you're thinking of.
He was a hitter.
Okay.
But okay, we'll go back further, man. Well, even before Brian Dawkins,
I thought you were just talking about safeties during that day.
Andre Waters, Wes Hopkins. There's a safety duo that can go up with anybody in terms of their hitting.
God, dude! I mean, you talk about hard hitting, man. Not Earl Thomas, the guy who played alongside Earl Thomas in the Legion of Boom. You had Sherman, you had Browner, you had Thomas, and then you had the other guy.
Now you're gonna drive me crazy.
That guy was a hard hitter. The guy that we can't name, he was the guy that laid.
Yeah, and I know exactly who you're talking about too.
Yeah, it was Sherman, Browner, Thomas, and who the fuck else is that other guy?
They were the Legion. He was the actual.
Yeah. He was yeah.
It's gonna.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I can look it up, but you know what? I hate looking it up. I like to figure it out eventually. You know what it is? It's got 4 hours from now, it's gonna pop into my head.
Yeah. I'm sure Chris Bruce probably knows. Maybe Alan Ultra.
Yeah, somebody's gonna ruin it for us. Wait. Oh, wait. What did Chris say here? Oh, this goes back to the Reggie White thing. Some say that Reggie wakes up. Yeah, he probably does. He wakes up in a cold sweat. Oh man. Yeah, he had to. I was going to say you had to remember that one, but you know what? He probably has no recollection of that one. Those are usually the
Cam Chancellor. Yes, Alan Ultra.
Yes.
Cam Chancellor.
Thank
Oh my
you.
God, dude. Cam Chancellor laid fucking wood, dude.
Yeah, he hit, man.
Holy shit. Holy shit, dude. Yeah, man. Yeah, dude. Yeah,
There were
yeah.
some hitters. There were some hitters back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if you want to get into safeties, also we can go back a little further
Yeah.
and talk about Ronnie Lott
Yeah.
on those great 49ers teams, right? Yeah, Ed Reed.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah, even Ronnie Harrison, dude. Ronnie Harrison.
Rodney Harrison, yeah.
I mean, dude, this might be the reason why he gives such terrible takes on ESPN. But Ryan Clark, dude, this dude sacrificed like his everything on the football field as far as fucking laying out for hits, man. Ryan Clark was just a missile, dude.
Yeah. Well, I think you know what I think, and again, no, I can't stand the guy, but I'm not going to throw shade at him because that is true. I think he was like, that is what's going to keep me in this league.
Yeah, he said that. He said that. That's what he
needed
to do.
And he went all out with it. And, kudos to him for doing it, man. Yeah.
Adrian Wilson. Yeah. There were some guys, man. There were some guys.
Yeah. Yeah, I miss now.
John Lynch, dude. John Lynch.
Oh,
yeah, dude. There were some dudes back in the day.
Well, if you want to stay with Tampa Bay, I'm even going to flip it to offense because he was still a hitter, and that's
Mike Alstott.
Right, Alstott. Yeah, I was just say
Mm-hmm.
And then if you want to go back further with the same style of runner, John Riggins for those old Washington Redskins teams, where they originally, the offensive line originally I think that was when you first kind of got the whole thing with the Hogs, the offensive line being called the Hogs.
Alan, it's a different game. Yep, it's a different game.
It's different now. I miss the defense, man.
Yeah,
because you could still have. I mean, there were still some great offenses, right? Like if you go back even to the 80s, when you started getting like more of the West Coast stuff, and you had guys like Joe Montana and Dan Marino, and I mean, you still had offenses that could light it up and that were entertaining, but it just wasn't as easily done as it is now, or I was going to say even as boring, I should say. Not that it's all boring, but I miss. It drives me crazy when I see a defender make a legitimate hit that is called a penalty. Right?
I agree.
I still and what's funny, and I forget who said it, but you'd recognize the name too. But one of the analysts or whatever, NFL, not one of the talk opinion shows, but like one of the guys that played, and he said, "Hey, you know what? To this day, after playing and doing this, and even talking to referees, nobody can tell me, nobody knows what a hit on a defenseless receiver actually is.
Yeah,
it's just sort of more of a feel. Like if a referee, it's almost like if a referee thinks a hit's too big, right? When a guy catches it, it's a flag."
Oh yeah.
Like, it's such a weird penalty. I don't know what it is, because I look at sometimes and I'm like, how is that not? And other times I'm like, how is that a penalty? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
well, I don't know if you saw last night's game, dude. Stefan Diggs gets tackled as he's trying to make a catch, and they don't even call a pass interference on that.
I saw that. It's fun. I watched that back. I was actually like, maybe my mind's playing tricks on me, because like I just saw the guy get tackled long before the ball. That can't be right, because that is as easy a call as you can make.
Yeah.
We need an investigation.
Yeah.
We need an investigation. Wild stuff.
All right, Steve. You got anything else for me?
No, man. I think I'm good.
All right.
Anyway, appreciate everyone showing up and hanging out and listening to us yap about football. And,
yeah, we got the Bills coming up.
Yeah, Ben's going to go take his Prozac.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, man, appreciate it. Thanks everyone showed up, man.
Island Ultra, appreciate you. Chris Bruce, appreciate you guys.
Yeah, you guys are always showing up.
Absolutely.
So it always gives us, I love it. Gives us somebody to talk to and chat and bring up new topics. It's fantastic. So yeah, talk to you all in the next one, guys.